That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. The game is over. The game. Yeah. Bucks win. Bucks win. Bucks win. Oh, Bucks win, Bucks win, Bucks win. That's right. The game is over. The Tampa Bay Bucks managed to win, beat the New York Giants in a thriller of a game just ended 5 minutes ago. This is the Beetle. This is football 101. And yes, Tampa Bay Bucks. Tampa Bay Bucks managed to squeak out a win 25-23 in a thriller and a controversial end of the game. In a thriller. Yes, the Bucks and Brady. The Bucks and Brady win another close one. Win another close one. Yeah, this is a Beetle, and this is post-game live stream show. I'm going to have to do it anyway. Man, it was a tough game. Matter of fact, the Bucks were trailing in this game from the jump. The New York Giants were ready to go. Ready to go. This young team of the Giants, they had the swagger on as soon as the game came on. As soon as they were the first series, they had their swag on. The Giants came up and were physical, really outcompeted the Bucks in the first half. Really took it to them. They were up. The Bucks were off. Brady was off. Again, the run was not flowing. The passes were not flowing. And guess what? That's what happens when you are on the road. Every game is a must win, and you can't take anyone for granted. So give it credit. The Giants came to play against the Bucks. Give it up to the Giants for coming to play against the Bucks. They were really there with nothing to lose, and they came out and played. Actually, outplayed the Bucks the first half. Again, stepping up in this game, I give it to Jones, the quarterback, not making a whole lot of bold mistakes, but he did throw a couple of picks. And then let me just say, Tate made a fantastic catch. Tate made a fantastic catch by the end of the game, and he just elevated the Giants to make this a very close game by the end. So Golden Tate is a seasoned veteran, and they had several seasoned veterans to step up on the Giants, and the Giants they were just ready to play. The head coach had them ready to play against the Bucks, and the Bucks I think they were just got a little bit lackadaisical, buying into too much of the hype because they were been on a roll. And what happens when you get on a roll? You go on the road, and you have to be constant. You have to maintain your focus. And so, what happened in the first half? They had to forget about what happened in the first half. And guess what happens in the second half? In the halftime, they make adjustments. Todd Bowles' defense makes adjustments. You cannot tell me Todd Bowles is elevating this squad to another level. The defense just came out to play with Jones getting an interception, and I'll get to they were much more physical. They were flying around, stopping the Giants on critical third downs, causing turnovers. So the Giants came to play, and so did the Bucks defense by the end, and Bucks came to play by the end, but they had to get in the flow of things. You saw Brady finally hit Gronk for a touchdown, and then that beautiful catch by Mike Evans, a seasoned veteran. When it gets in the red zone, like I said, when it gets in the red zone, go to Mike Evans. Gets in the red zone. Go to Mike Evans. Simple as that. Get in the red zone. Go to Mike Evans. He's money. He's TD. He's money. So yes, it was a challenge for the Bucks, but guess what? This is what happens when you have a seasoned veteran on your team. things just happen. You never give up. You never throw in the towel. You never get down as a seasoned veteran. And Brady and it's really the defense just stepped up again. The defense stepped up and made critical plays. And even when the Giants scored by the end and going for 2 points, guess what? The most pivotal game, the end of the game, the most controversial game, but really, from a defensive standpoint, it really wasn't that Antoine Winfield steps up and stops the pass. Actually, the ball hit him on the arm before he actually hit the running back. It was not pass interference, and Antoine Jr. Yes, DB makes the play. Antoine Jr. Winfield makes the play. And yes, the Bucs take this win 25-23. No, it wasn't a blowout. No, it wasn't by the point spread like most of the bettors. We didn't make the point spread. So what? The Bucs still win on the road. And at this point in time in the season, like I said, at the halfway point and beyond, it is tough to get road wins. And so you get the wins any way you can. You get the wins any way you can. Because this is the NFL. So anything happens on the NFL. And teams that are at the bottom of their division, they're ready to play and upset any other teams. So yes, I give props to the Giants. They're up and coming team. They're well coached. They actually got the guys playing. The head coach got the guys playing a bit better than expected. So I just think the Bucs got a little bit shell shocked in the first half with the intensity that the Giants were playing. They were not laying down whatsoever, and they brought it to the Bucs, rightly so. And so I'm sure in halftime someone got into the Bucs stuff, and this is going to be a great lesson for the Bucs because again, right now they are the team that's going to be hunted because of the talent that they have. And guess who they're going to have next week? Guess who they're going to have next week? It was a horrible win. Yes, it was a horrible win. We need offense, a lot of work, no doubt about it. But guess what happens? Thank you for your comments. Let me say thank you for your comments. Thank you for your comments, Man Vibe, Man B. Again, it was right. The offense was not clicking simply because they were lackadaisical. They were not in the groove. Again, you have to come out on the road. You have to come out and be ready for these teams. Otherwise, they're hunting for you. They're ready to take you down. And so if you're not ready, this is what happens to the Bucs. They're not in tune. They're not putting the extra. Again, Brady called them out weeks ago, and now they have to get back to square one to put the extra time in and to realize now they are the hunted. First, they were just trying to get up to speed, and now they got up to speed, but now they got to keep that intensity every week. So you can see in the first half, they were just not in tune. They were just not into outplayed. And then second half, they started to get into their groove. They started to make plays. They started to make first downs, and they started to step up. And that's what's got to happen. The running backs, the tight ends, the offensive line got to step up. And, of course, Brady has to step up. Brady has to be on the groove at all times. And he was disgusted in his own play in the first half. He was disgusted. Didn't you see he was busted, almost busted his helmet on the sideline. I was down laughing when I saw it. He was about ready to bust his helmet. I love it. The intensity. Bust his helmet on the sideline. That's what happens when you have a leader. He's ready to bust his own helmet because he was not playing well. But but somehow they do manage. The defense comes up and makes critical plays, steps up. Todd Bowles, I have to give Todd Bowles big time credit for really make it. This is the team is really based upon this defense. If it wasn't for this defense, there was no doubt they would not have won this game, or they would not have won a couple of other games. No doubt about it. It's the defense that is the pivotal part of this team. And as long as they continue to elevate, long as Todd Bowles continue to bring the pressure, this offense will be in the game whether they clicking or not. That's the beauty of this team. The Todd Bowles will keep a team, this defense, keep the score down just enough so once the offense gets back in the flow, they can make a run. And yes, this was another time that Brady came back after leading, after trailing by 10 points. I forget what they said about the 30th time that he's come back after down 10 points in his career and making a comeback. So yes, another comment. I'm a Giants fan, and the Bucs gave me hope again. Yeah, this great comment by the by Cool Man. Cool Man, cool. I'm gonna make sure. Cool Ryan. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your comment. Let me say thank you for your comments, Giants fan. Thank you for your comments, Giants fan. Yes, again, the Giants are improving dramatically. I really like their coach. He's instilled a different type of tradition there, a culture there that these guys are ready to perform. They're stepping up, and they got some great raw talent there. Again, they are going to compete for the NFC East next year. Next year, they will be on it because they'll get a couple of extra new great draft picks, but the Giants are turning the corner. They are really turning the corner, and they're going to continue to slowly, and not slowly, but really elevate. And of course, they'll have Barkley next year, so they're right there making great strides. So this is really, and like I said, there's no moral victories in the NFL. But again, the Giants fans and I'm sure the coach, after everything settles down, this was a moral victory for the Giants. Even though they lost by 2 points, this was indeed a moral victory, and really because they're in the NFC East. And guess what? They still got time to make a little run for their division, because the NFC East is still at the bottom of the league. So again, they're making great strides real fast. And I hope they don't trade Golden Tate, because his name was thrown around by the experts all today that some of the teams were looking for a wide receiver, and I hope Golden Tate stays with the Giants. He's going to really compete and elevate. Looks good, game. Well, it's just one of those things. Keep it clean, please. Keep your comments clean. That's one thing I gotta say. Keep your comments clean on my show, and please come back. Please like and subscribe if you like the show. Now, let me give you, that was, again, a thrilling game, Monday night, finishing out the week. And again, I anticipated this was going to be a close game. Again, all the hype comes around, and the line was really over the top. They were expecting the Bucs win by 14 points, 14 to 17 points. I didn't think that at all. I knew it was going to be a close game. It's Monday Night Football. It's the Giants. The Giants going to always tend to play well when they're the underdog. So I knew it was going to be a close game. And I think it just caught the Bucs by surprise of the intensity at the very beginning. So again, this is a wake-up call for the Bucs again to maintain their intensity. And yes, next the Bucs will have AB. We'll have AB. So he's going to fit in. And so, again, we'll get some extra offensive help. But again, a good game, a very solid game, entertaining game. And so, again, I enjoyed the intensity. But anything happens on any given weekend in the NFL. That's just the way it is nowadays. Anything can happen in the NFL. And games are just not easy. It's not a give and take. Fans like to think that, oh, yes, this is going. No, at this point in time, players are playing for contracts. Players are playing for next year. Players are playing for playoff money. Teams are setting themselves up now for home field advantage, playoff money. It's incentives in the contracts. So now is the time when teams get very serious. It's very serious out there, so anything can happen. Now, let me just give you a shout out to the rest of the weekend. Some major games that happened this past weekend around the NFL. The Steelers beat the Ravens. Now, that was a classic game. The Steelers beat the Ravens in Baltimore, and Steelers just came back and really took it to Baltimore and put too much pressure on Lamar Jackson. And let me just say, Lamar Jackson just can't deal with the Steelers defense. He makes mistakes when he goes against the Steelers. Other teams, yes, but against the Steelers, Lamar Jackson just hits the wall. So the Steelers beat the Ravens. The Dolphins, the two-way first game, they beat the Rams. That defense of the Dolphins, again, the defense helped the Dolphins beat the Rams. As a matter of fact, the head coach of the Dolphins used to be the defensive coordinator for the Patriots. And when the Patriots played the Rams, they handled the Rams. So again, Flores, the coach for the Dolphins, had a great defense against the Rams and shut down Goff and the Rams. And 2A and the Dolphins won. The Saints beat the Bears in overtime. And again, the Bears should have won that game, but Foles choke. So the Bears suffered a loss against the Saints. The Vikings upset the Packers. Yes, the Vikings upset the Packers. That was a big upset. The Vikings came in and beat the Packers in Green Bay. Surprised and shocked Aaron Rodgers. And yes, the running back, oh my gosh, he was just phenomenal for the Vikings. So he just took over for the Vikings, and that was a big time win by the Vikings. Seahawks beat the 49ers. Yes, DJ Metcalf put a show on. Russell Wilson, 4 touchdowns in that game, and so the Seahawks got back into form. Again, they lost the week before and got surprised by Arizona, and then they came back. So that's what happens many times when the top-notch teams do get surprised, and you got to look at how they bounce back. So the Seahawks bounce back against the 49ers. The Bills beat the Patriots, and now officially, the Bills are AFC division leaders, and that's the first time they beat the Patriots in years. And sorry, Cam Newton fumbled on the last play, second to last play or whatever. And the Patriots, guess what? They no longer have Gronk and Brady, and you can see what happens to the Patriots. Oh, it's the reality. And then the Raiders beat the Browns. That was a sloppy game, but they managed to beat the Browns. And the Bengals beats the Titans. Yes, Burrow and the Bengals beat front-running Titans, took it to the Titans. So again, the lower level teams, the teams that you least expect, they're going to play hard. They do play hard at this time of the game. And a lot of teams like the Bengals, the Vikings, the Dolphins are making an impact, as well as the Giants play hard tonight. So again, a win is a win. There is no ugly win. You win it because you made the plays, and you maintain the intensity just enough to get through the game. But so yes, the Tampa Bay Bucs are 6-2. Tampa Bay Bucs are 6-2. The Tampa Bay Bucs are 6-2. So that's all I'm going to say. That was my shout out. That was my very quick post-game live stream show, and please keep it clean. I love your participation, but please keep your comments clean on this show, this football 101 show. And if you want to please like and subscribe, and please show up to my future post-game live stream shows and my other analysis. I even do college games. So again, this was Football 101 post-game live stream show highlighting the Bucs and the Giants. Yes, the Bucs and the Giants, and we're going to keep it real, but we're going to tell it like it is. Tell it like it is as much as we can, because we don't show no favorites at all. And yes, and again, like I said, keep it clean. Thank you very much, folks. It's been good, and we out of here.